Okay, tonight we're moving, yes, it's nighttime. Meant to do this earlier this morning. We're moving Pliny the Elder over to our keg. But before we can do that, we have 5 ounces, yes, 5 ounces of hops to throw in there for dry hopping. I've already sterilized this. We've got 3 ounces, if I remember right, Columbus. 3 ounces of Columbus, 1 ounce of Simcoe, 1 ounce of Centennial. All extremely good hops. There's one Columbus down. We've already sterilized these, and as you may have noticed, which I dropped at that time, so. Wonder why my razors rust. It's because I'm always spraying them with Star San, which Star San is soap and water. There goes the Centennial. There goes the 2nd ounce. Starting to smell really good in here. The hops are amazing. There goes the 2nd Columbus. Oh, nice. The Centennial, I like the smell of better. This is the Simcoe. I haven't had a smell of Simcoe in a long time. Now we know why that's an expensive hop. If we stop using it, prices will go down, but hey. Just saying. Kind of like gas. Ever since the virus broke out, gas has been dropping in price because, well, people are staying home. I know not everybody, but the majority seem to be doing a pretty good job. And that is helping, and it is pushing gas prices down. They have lots of gas and nobody to buy it. It's all about supply and demand. Bring down that demand, and the supply is still there, the prices will go down. Not always, but usually. It could be like diamonds. You just hide them, hoard them, and let out a little at a time to keep the prices high. Supposedly. Okay. That's literally all we do is we put them in there, drop it, and if you haven't seen in previous videos, I tie it twice on the top of this to the bottom piece that's welded on there. And 5 ounces is a little more than a third of that container. It's quite a bit of hops. I have done more, but not in a long time. Okay. I'm going to purge that with a little CO2. Kick that pressure up there. We don't want to be here all day. Had to let this settle down a little bit. It's still kind of foggy. Actually, it's quite foggy. My fermenter is in the garage and the bar is about halfway across the house. So I had to carry this, and it's quite heavy, and there's a couple steps up and down, so it got shaken a tiny bit. It's okay. After we let it dry hop for about 7 days, we'll put it in another keg, and in that keg we will make sure that it has lots of gelatin to pull that residual cloudiness out of the suspension. Oh, big old woof of hops. Okay, we've got the pump here. As usual, we kick it on, and all we're doing is pumping water through it. There goes the water. Grab our keg of soapy water. Put it right here. We grab our disconnect. Put it on the end. Oh, I see it. That's nice and snug. I'm going to snap it on here. There we go. We're going to pull this off. I saw it bubbling a little bit, but I think it's from me shaking it up a little bit. It's not intentional, but it does happen. This is just water, nothing special. As we pump it, we're going to see the water change colors into beer. Magic. And if you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you. So let's take a look over here. There's our liquid on. I think anybody who kegs has accidentally put the liquid on the air, or at least tried, or the air on the liquid. I know I've done it, even on video. And there goes all that air. Okay, here we go. We'll speed the film up a little bit once I get moving. You can watch the liquid go down. Okay, never had a problem with the pump before. That time I did, and it was acting very weird. And I just sprayed water everywhere, but hey, it was water. That's a bonus for me. Spraying water is a good thing. Compared to everything else I've sprayed, beer, wine, I've had a stout explode on the ceiling. That's never good. Never overcarbonate a bottle. Okay, we're gonna let a little air out of here. With how foggy that was, I literally am debating about putting a little gelatin in there early. You would be shocked sometimes during a secondary, which is what this is, what's dry hopping. The sheer amount of just particulates that fall out of suspension, especially if you have a chance to put it in the Keezer and get it really, really cold, around 36 degrees, it just, anything that's heavy falls to the bottom and get it out of your beer. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for a week and we should be good. It's time to transfer the Pliny the Elder, or Pliny the Elder. Understand, I've never had a Pliny the Elder. Sadly, I wish I had. They don't come to Florida, at least not yet. The original gravity we had was 1.071. According to Pliny the Elder, or the river, basically, according to the website, they do 1.066 as their original gravity. They don't state what their final gravity is. Final gravity estimation is 1.010 to 1.008. Ours was estimated at 1.008. We actually got 1.006 because, like I said, I like dry beer. I had a little tiny sample of it already, even though it's not cold and not clarified that much, and definitely not cold or carbonated. It's going to be a magnificent beer. Definitely a magnificent beer. IBUs are well over 200, even though technically you're not supposed to be able to taste anything over 100. Putting our ABV, which was supposed to be around 8.4, and the original Pliny is 8, to 8.7. So it's kind of pushing the envelope there. It's all good. We're going to transfer it. This has already been purged. I added gelatin. Even though I mentioned I'd added some gelatin to here, I added more here. I'm really trying to clarify this beer a little bit. I don't want the yeast to hang out. It's West Coast Mangrove Jack. It's supposed to fall out of suspension relatively easy. It's taking its time, but it did do the other job, and it really ate up those sugars like we were expecting. So we'll put this on here. I'll put this over here. There we go. The beer's flowing. We'll come over here. Probably hear a little bit of air release. A little whistle, nothing special. We're definitely going to need a little more air here to keep it transferring. So we'll pull this out. I got this sitting up here around 10 psi. Bring it back up to about 5 psi. We don't need to put a lot of pressure. All we're doing is moving the beer. Nothing special. If we could pre-carb it instantly that way, that would be amazing. There we go. And actually it's moving a little fast, so I'm definitely going to turn it down. I can hear it. I do want it to mix in with that gelatin. We're going to move this. Once we get done moving Pliny the Elder, I will drop it in the kegerator, get it down to about 36 degrees, carbonate it at about 30 psi for a couple days just to really get the carbonation going. Drop it back down to a more presentable 10, maybe 12 psi. And we'll try it out, see how it is. And sadly, it's not Taste-O-Vision, but I'll get to enjoy it. And anyone around me will get to enjoy it. Thank you again. Seems like it's been forever. 2 weeks in the fermenter, 1 week dry hopping, almost a full week carbonating. Amazing. Pliny the Elder is finally ready. Pliny the Elder. I won't lie, I had a little sip last night. Hands down, best IPA I've ever had that I've brewed. One of the best beers I've ever made. I do make a raspberry ginger saison that I love. It's at about 5.4, but that's a much lighter beer. Someday I'll actually get to go have a real Pliny the Elder at their brewery, but for now, got 5 gallons of this stuff until my oldest hits it up, and then it'll drop down quite rapidly, of course. So thank you again for joining Bitter Reality Brewing. Don't forget, hit the like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Let us know what you'd like to see, what you like, what you don't like, anything. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you again for joining us at Bitter Reality Brewing. To Pliny the Elder.